Throughout the Bible, we read chapters and verses that seem very similar. And chapter 20 of Leviticus at face value seems to be very similar to chapter 18. In fact, if anything, it almost seems like it's just a repeat of chapter 18. So we would say, God, why did you feel like you needed to give them the same thing over and over again? Well, reality is God does give us the same thing over and over again because we do need constant reminders. This is why when we say we need the deep things of God, some of the most deepest things of God are actually some of the most simplistic. And while chapter 18 and chapter 20 of Leviticus are very similar, chapter 20 reads something more of like a penal code, a law of the land, so to speak, where it talks about your double sentences, the death penalty, childlessness, being cut off, and all these negative things. But at the same point, there's a highlight of the real important message, which doesn't exactly end in the negative things that happen to you. It lies in other facets, encouraging you to be holy. For example, God is important, not yourself. Sin is serious. You should take responsibility for it. Human beings don't like to take responsibility, but must. Holiness is imperative. Otherwise, you are not separated from the things. You aren't sanctified from the things, and you aren't purified from the things of this world. And in the end, on our own, we aren't sanctified. We aren't holy. We aren't purified. We aren't refined. We're still men and women in need of a Savior. So when we look at Leviticus 20, I want to ask you a question. We normally go to ourselves for answers. We go to those who are wise amongst us. However, Leviticus 20 almost encourages, if not stipulates to us, that we must go to Jesus. We must go to our high priest. We must live like him, model his integrity and his character so that we can be his image bearers, not so that we don't have the death penalty or not so that we aren't disciplined, but so that we can thrive in life with Christ.